Alright, so Sonic Mania. The game that Sega didn't make, but kinda did, but also didn't, but also did, depending on how you want to split hairs. Because this is basically what happens when the people who spent their childhoods dissecting every frame of Sonic physics on forums finally got the keys to the Ferrari. And shocker, turns out the diehards actually knew how to drive. First impressions. Yeah, it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles again. Or like Sonic Greatest Hits, but we added new tracks. You've got Green Hill Zone again, because of course you do. Sega legally can't ship a Sonic game without it. But then buried between all the nostalgia bait, you've got these new levels like Studiopolis and Press Garden that feel like lost Genesis classics from some alternative universe where Sega didn't drop the ball in the mid 90s. They're not just good for a fan project, they're straight up bangers. Physics wise, it's on point, like scarily accurate. You can roll down a slope, build momentum, fling yourself across half the screen, and it just feels right. This is the first time in decades that classic Sonic gameplay hasn't been shorthand for half baked approximation. You push left, Sonic goes left. You push down, Sonic goes whoosh. No floaty nonsense, no awkward acceleration curves, just pure Genesis muscle memory. But let's not pretend it's flawless. The half old, half new approach can be weird. About half the game's remixed stages we've already played 100 times, so depending on how burned out you are on Chemical Plant Zone, you might roll your eyes. The remixes are smart, like turning Chemical Plant into a bouncy girl lab, but there's still that lingering seen it before vibe. It's like imagine going to a restaurant that finally bought back your favorite meal from childhood, but they also keep trying to convince you that the free breadsticks are new. Bosses, mixed bag. Some are clever, like the Mean Bean Machine fight, which is either genius or trolling depending on your patience for Puyo Puyo. Others feel like filler, like the giant robot that does one slow punch while you wait politely to bop it 8 times. And yeah, the special stages, they're basically Sega Saturn tech demos with fisheye lenses. They look like a PlayStation launch game and control like a weird hybrid of Mode 7 and Mario Kart 64. But do they work? They're clunky but addictive, and the payoff of grabbing Chaos Emeralds feels earned again, instead of a chore. What makes Sonic Mania actually a hit, though, is that it's sincere. This isn't Sega slapping Sonic on a lunchbox and calling it a comeback. This is people who love the series enough to study every line of code, finally being given the budget and platform to flex. It's both fan service and actual game design, and after so many years of Sonic being a corporate punchline, this felt like something saying, "Hey, remember when Sonic was good? Yeah, here you go." So is Sonic Mania the best Sonic game ever? Depends. If you count originality, it leans too hard on the past, but if you count quality, it's probably the most solid 2D Sonic has been since 1994. And given the wasteland of mediocrity Sonic's been stuck in, that's basically a miracle. Verdict, Sonic is back. Not because Sega figured it out, but because the fans wouldn't shut up until they did.